everybody. Welcome to Movie Talk. This is your host, NCR, and I have with me a very special guest. So, with everything that we've seen in the world when it comes to the world of soft SIDS, let's bring on an expert who can point and laugh at their stupidity with us. The man, the myth, Marc Baggett. Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on.
It's not a problem. It's a great honor to have you on here with me. So, Marc, if anyone's not familiar with your channel, why don't you give them a description and tell them what you're about?
So basically, I run a sovereign citizen channel. We like to point and laugh at the stupidity of sovereign citizens, make fun of them, and just basically laugh at their stupidity. I also occasionally will do frauditor videos and Karens, but my channel is primarily focused on the sovereign citizens.
All right. It's good to know. And I know about this. I don't know if others do, but you do a morning live stream pointing out their stupidity, and it's always
Yes.
fun to watch.
Yes, it's always basically every single Monday morning around 10 a.m. We do a live stream. We watch a ton of videos, hang out, and have fun. It usually lasts about at least 2 hours, and it's always just a fun time.
So, Marc, you were the guest, and I allow all my guests to choose the topic that we talk about. And you chose superheroes.
Yes, it's funny. I've recently discovered, well, not discovered, but got into superhero movies about a few months ago, mostly focusing on Spider-Man because the new game is coming out next month. So,
Mhm.
been very focused on that recently.
Now, I'm a huge Spider-Man nerd, and I grew up watching the animated series when I was a kid with my brothers and collecting the figures.
Yep.
Have you heard about one of the newer movies coming out next year? It involves a Spider-Man character that we haven't gotten into the MCU yet.
Trying to think. I don't believe I have. Maybe if you said
Craven. It's Craven the Hunter.
Craven yep, that makes sense. Craven the Hunter.
Uh, the I have the trailer. We can watch that.
Yep.
Now, how familiar are you with Craven as a character?
Um, I've heard of him. I've only seen a little bit of him from just the new video game trailers that are coming out because I guess in the game that's coming out, he's going to play a big role in that. But
Mm-hmm.
besides from that, I really haven't seen much of Craven, but I do want to learn more about him.
Well, in the animated series, we find out that Craven was a mercenary. He decided to leave that life behind and become a big game hunter,
Yep.
hunting the deadliest of the deadliest of prey. Well, he gets attacked, and in the animated series, he was given this serum that was
Mhm.
that made him the ultimate apex hunter.
Oh,
Like
wow.
like he can tap into like the senses of like certain animals.
That that sounds insane. I definitely need to check it out then.
Okay, let me pull up the trailer, and while we do that, let me welcome everybody who's here in chat. We have Erica Leto. Welcome. Maddie B, Agent of Chaos. We have Mark, the sarcastic law student. Michelle with 1L. Who else do we have here? Judy, you get this. Uwu P. And I believe that's everything. So and everyone
Great
who's
to see
working,
everyone.
it's always welcomed. Let me get this trailer queued up. Now, the actor playing Craven has actually been in a couple of superhero movies.
Yeah.
So let me get this queued up, and we will.
My son, never show mercy.
Okay. So far, what are you thinking, Mark?
I definitely think he is intense, aggressive, and probably fits all the descriptions of what Craven the Hunter would do. Like this actor is definitely fit for the role.
Oh yeah. And once you see him, could you place one of the movies he's been in?
We are predators. Boys, your mother is dead.
She died because you sent her away.
She was weak, sick in her mind. You know my business, yes?
Okay, so again, I hate to pause, even though it's getting intense, but we have to with YouTube. But
Yeah.
so far we got some big talent in here. We got Russell Crowe playing a mob boss.
Mm-hmm.
Gunplay.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to be a movie I'm going to be checking out in theaters.
It's about strength.
Yeah, me too.
If you show weakness, you will give our enemies an opening. Shoot. Shoot. He is weak, like his mother. Leave him.
What happened that day?
I stared death in the face, and for the first time, I saw my true self. Tell me about this hunter.
They say he uses a connection with animals to track his prey. And once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
The six of us, and only one of you.
There's 6 of you now.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be insane. Like,
Oh,
I'm definitely gonna have to watch this movie.
Now, this is the guy who played Pietro in The Avengers, Age of Ultron. He was also in the Kick-Ass movies. He played Kick-Ass himself.
I did not realize that. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm awful with movies. Like,
Me too. I'm bad at names, but you can give me like the littlest thing, and I can just my encyclopedia knowledge will pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Why do you hunt?
My father puts evil into the world. I take it out.
I think you're some kind of honor. You are exactly like our father. Just another man hunting for a trophy.
well, I would say so.
Isn't that what he taught us? You don't get to do that to me anymore.
Mr. Taglin. Mr. Taglin.
Wrong one,
Where's
boss.
Mr. Taglin?
Oh, you're standing in him.
You're a goddamn lunatic.
Oh, you just figured that out now?
And again, this is dead on with the character.
Yeah. From what I've seen with the character, it looks
Don't you want to know
exactly
why they call me the Rhino?
That's gonna be a great movie. I can already tell just by the trailer.
Oh yeah. Now we got the teaser of the Rhino, another one of Spider-Man's villains.
Yeah, right. Always a great villain, the Rhino.
Now, We got Rhino in the second Amazing Spider-Man for a brief cameo,
Yeah.
but it's not the same. Now, I have to see Craven just so I can see what's going to happen with this one, because I want to see how they're going to make it. Because in the Amazing Spider-Man, he was like a guy in a robot suit.
Yeah.
That is a great question. Craven is neither. He's an anti-hero, technically.
Which makes sense, yeah. Just based off of him, like.
Because in the comics, at one point, he actually donned the Spider-Man costume.
Mm-hmm.
He wore the black symbiote suit.
Yeah.
So, it's a good question. And it was a good portrayal, but since we're on Spider-Man, you said you've seen the first three of the
original
Sam Raimi trilogy.
Yeah, I watched the first three. Yeah.
So, what in the first one? What do you think made Willem Dafoe a great villain?
I just think his character, the way he acted, and like it was just all so believable. The performance he put on, basically, it was just excellent in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I love Willem Dafoe. He's just such a great method actor.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man. I mean, he was so believable.
He was fantastic throughout the trilogy. It was just so believable. He really became the character essentially.
Oh yeah. And one of my favorite things about that Spider-Man trilogy was the story was just so fluid through all of it.
Yeah. It was always consistent and I don't know, didn't jump around. It was just always frequent and consistent.
Mm-hmm. I have a clip, a scene from the first movie. I want to share with everybody. Mm-hmm. This is the first fight of Spider-Man and Green Goblin.
Oh yes.
So.
What is that? Must be new this year. That's our glider.
Hey, Lisa.
What the hell was that?
Again, we got Kirsten Dunst playing Great Mary Jane.
Yep. Always a fantastic actress.
We have what's his name? All right, so Mark, when you were watching this for the first time,
yep,
what kind of emotions and what kind of a feeling did you get with it?
I kind of felt like concerned a little bit for MJ, like I don't know, like because just felt like she was in danger, but then at the same time, I kind of felt like Peter Spider-Man was going to save her, but we really didn't know what the Green Goblin was going to do also. So
Yeah, he was just such a wild card.
yeah, basically just so much going on during the scene. Like you didn't know what he was going to do.
When I first watched this, I was in the 8th grade. I was watching it with my brother. We went to the theaters the day it came out, and like I saw James Franco. That's the name that was freaking escaping me. We saw James Franco as Harry Osborn. I'm like, oh my, is he going to save her? What's going to happen to him? What's going on? They were just like, my brain was like jumping from like, what's going to happen? But again, Kirsten Dunst just nailing it as MJ.
Yeah, like she makes it, and not just her, but the entire cast really make it all so believable. Like it's just incredible performances, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. One of the best portrayals in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
We got the iconic.
Yeah.
Out am
I did like the Goblin in here.
Yeah, he was definitely he fit. He was a great villain in this movie.
Hello, my dear.
It's Spider-Man!
Come on, move, kid.
Come on, kid.
Hold it right there. I surrender.
Oh boy.
Hold it right there.
Where's P. Barnes when we need him?
That would have been funny as hell.
But again, I love that line. Hello, my dear. Such an innocent line, but he says it with that weird accent, like he's trying to be like almost European, almost demonic.
Yeah.
It just like threw me off.
He does the line. It does the line perfectly. Like it's just executed perfectly.
Oh yeah. And then the costume itself, I mean, it's amazing. It's simple but perfect.
Yeah.
That choice, do I go after Goblin? Do I go for Mary Jane?
Yeah, he's always going to save them, boy. Every time.
Hold on.
Watch out!
We'll meet again, Spider-Man. Mary Jane.
And of course, he saves the day. It's the girl.
As always.
Now, again, William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. That costume was just so simple but perfect for it.
Yeah, the costume design was excellent.
Now, you have to look at that great balance between we had with Dafoe and Maguire's chemistry when they were acting with each other.
Yeah.
Now, I've got something from Spider-Man 2, and I think it's like one of the best scenes in the movie.
Okay.
Now, I think this is actually what sums up what it takes to be a hero. Like, are you willing to sacrifice everything? So, this is the train stopping scene from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
Mine too, because you actually see that perfect chemistry of
Spider-Man! Oh my God, this is it! Tell everyone to hang on! Brace yourself!
God, that would have to hurt.
Hell yeah.
I got bad knees as it is, but
Any more bright ideas? I got a few. Yeah. Whoa, watch out!
I love it. Just the intensity.
Yeah.
Like he's putting that strain on his body just to.
And it's like he's not even wearing the mask. He's Spider-Man, but he's just trying to do whatever he can right now just to save everyone. Like it's just incredible. Like,
and that's what shows, that moral of the Spider-Man movies: with great power comes great responsibility. And
yep,
this is him inheriting that, like embodying it. I shouldn't say inherit, but embodying that message. He has the power.
Yeah, and now he's kind of feels like he has that responsibility to save everyone on this train.
I just love the small details. You see the pairs.
We're slowing down.
Again, just such a moving scene.
Yep. It shows that he's Spider-Man, but he's also human, like just completely exhausted from saving everyone at that point.
It's just so perfect. You see him, you see him be the hero, but now you're seeing him be just, like you said, a regular man.
Yeah, a regular person. Yep.
He's just a kid. No older than my son.
Oh yeah. I would agree. Judy.
Oh yeah, definitely Judy.
Right.
You know, if I was in the theater, I'd be like, "Who's chopping onions?" And again, it's that whole that spirit of New York. Hey, you're a New Yorker. We got your back,
We
man.
won't tell nobody.
Yep. Yeah, it's just like everyone on the train helping him and trying to protect him, telling them, oh, we're not going to tell anyone. We know who you are. Like, it's just, it's incredible. Like,
how can you not love that scene? It's perfect, especially with what happens in the movie. He loses his powers. He's doubting himself in being Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's like at one point he doesn't even want the role of being Spider-Man anymore. But then he decides to become Spider-Man again, and it's just incredible. Him trying to find himself, basically.
That happened to a lot of people actually during the test screenings, as they said that's why they had to keep that scene, because it was just such an emotional scene. Especially you factor in, it's real close to after 9/11.
Yep.
The spirit of everyone's a New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
It just now. I have something here. Now, you've seen Spider-Man 3, yes?
Yep, I finished watching it last night, actually. So it's fresh off my mind.
All right. I'm going to show 2 clips from there.
Okay.
The first one is Peter and Eddie.
Yeah.
Now, here's something you probably didn't know. Did you know they were originally going to break it up into 2 different movies?
Well, I did not. That is interesting. I did not know that.
The original plan was that Sam Raimi wanted to break up the movie into 2 parts. He wanted to do Spider-Man 3 Part 1.
Yeah.
Which would have led up to where we got Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would have ended up with, Spider-Man beating Sandman and him getting rid of the symbiote, and it would have had an end beat of Eddie Brock becoming Venom.
Oh, wow.
So the second movie would have been Venom, Hobgoblin versus Spider-Man.
That could have been interesting. But
it would have been.
Oh, it would have. I don't. Just watching it, I'm kind of glad that they did it the way they did it in the final movie.
Now, I was excited because they were going to throw in some nods to, the Fantastic Four. They were going to have, possibly an X-Men cameo.
Yeah.
But these 2 scenes I want to show, this first one really sums up, like, the change that the symbiote had on Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the confidence. I got swag now.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is
extremely confident.
Now I'm afraid to walk home from work.
My son taught the world of this guy.
I have a 9-year-old daughter who loves Spider-Man. Who's she supposed to look up to now?
This is the guy that gave the key to the city to?
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Cheers to the new staff photographer.
I just got lucky.
I did not like Topher Grace, though, as Eddie Brock.
Make a little more wall space.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think he did all right, but they probably could have gotten someone better for the role. Like,
yeah. Like, I don't need someone to be big and muscly to play Venom, but I would love to see somebody be a little more believable for Eddie Brock itself.
Yeah, I was feeling the same way as I was watching that. I mean, it was all right, but it probably could have been better.
I mean, like if you've seen Eddie Brock in the animated series and you've read him in the comics, he was a reporter. He was, down on his luck. I feel the Tom Holland Eddie Brock is like the best one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got struck. Let's give it a minute. They do that.
Damn you.
It's Marvel.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Don't understand the fair use rules.
Oh, well, we're probably gonna have to end this clip, and then we can just go into something else.
Yep.
Marvel it's not really Marvel, it's Disney.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous, though. Like the way these companies abuse the copyright system like that, even though it's all done through automation, it's just.
I know. Again, they're going to say we didn't pause enough.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my script written now. I'll just email the script. Oh no, that's the best thing I can give you. I got that advice from Miss Mandy, Zorzu, Mando Mike. Like, have a script pre-written because it's you're gonna need
it. True, like dealing with the YouTube bots, it's definitely true.
Oh yeah,
and it usually 99 times out of 100, it usually works. Like
I really haven't lost a claim yet.
That's good.
The biggest one I've actually beaten and won was I beat HBO.
Oh, that is great, actually. Like,
yeah, I took down them and Vice Media.
Oh wow. Like all these companies, man, like, and they can get away with abuse in the systems because they're so big. It makes it unfair to everyone else.
I know. Good thing we're back. We're gonna have to end the Spider-Man clip, but this I'll sum it up. Eddie Brock lied about the photo he used to get his job. Turns out it was a fake.
Yeah, edited fake picture.
Now it does tie into the scene that I wanted to show. It was going to be Eddie Brock in the church becoming Venom.
Yeah, that was an excellent scene. Like, just it was so. I think it was the way the scene was executed was perfectly done.
Oh yeah, I mean you have Topher Grace as Eddie Brock. He's in the church. He's down on his knees praying to God just to get rid of Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yep.
And then you have at the same time in the church bell tower, Peter Parker slamming his body into a church bell to remove the symbiote.
Yeah.
And then it's weakened, it's about to die, it finds Eddie Brock in that painful transformation.
Yeah.
Almost akin to like American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I haven't seen the full movie, but I've seen some clips of it.
Like that transformation of the guy becoming the werewolf. It was painful.
Yeah.
We're gonna try another clip of something else. This is from a YouTube channel I love. It's called Words Beyond Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
They take clips from different TV shows, movies, anime, and they pull them together and make you like really feel like you're right there, like next to the person speaking. And this is Ultron on Belief.
Yep.
So hopefully we don't get striked on this one. Let's get it queued up. Hopefully we shouldn't, because it's just the audio.
This church is in the exact center of the city. The elders decreed it so that everyone could be equally close to God. I like that. The geometry of belief. Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create avengers. People create...
What's the word I'm looking for?
Smaller people. Children.
Yes.
I lost the word. Children. Designed to supplant them, to help them end.
Again, that's such a great scene. You know, they were in the the middle of the town. They're in the church. Like, okay, I'm going to destroy everything.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask, because somebody brought this up about the anti-heroes with Kraven.
Mhm.
Are you more of a fan of the traditional superhero or the anti-hero?
I've always been more of a traditional superhero fan, but I could always see like the anti-hero's point of view, like as long as it's well written and makes sense. So I can kind of see both sides, but most of the time I'm gonna side with the hero in most situations.
I'm kind of like that. Like I love the look of the anti-heroes. They're always usually more badass looking,
Yeah.
but yet their stories are usually more enhanced, more depth to them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's something that's a bit of a hot button issue: the DC universe versus the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Which, in your opinion, has a better story to tell?
I think just based on what I've seen so far, I think the Marvel universe is better. Like they always, I don't know, they always hook me in with their stories, like, and it's always compelling and entertaining and makes me want to see basically what happens next. Like they always tell great stories.
See, for me, I'm split down the middle when it comes to both, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe, great, they got great direction. They have Kevin Feige running everything,
Yeah.
and he makes every story sync up. But the animated stuff they do is like really not that good. But then when you go to the DC universe, it's the opposite, with the cinematic being kind of hit and miss. But the animated stuff is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen any of the DC animated stuff?
Honestly, not too much, maybe a little bit, but I really haven't seen that much of it.
There are some really great DC animated movies out there, and I recommend, if you guys have HBO Max or access to it, to check some of these out, because they are really well acted, they're well drawn, and it feels just like being in an actual cinematic movie than watching an animated movie. Like, one of my favorites is Under the Red Hood.
I think I've heard of that. I have HBO Max, so I'll have to check that out.
Under the Red Hood is a bit of an adaptation of the origins of the Joker, but it's the origins of Batman's greatest failure, where we learned about the second Robin. Now we all know Dick Grayson was the first Robin.
Yeah.
Well, there was a second named Jason Todd who became Robin because he was able to strip the Batmobile at the age of 9. So Batman catches him, like, he's got one of the tires already off. He's got a wrench in his hand. He's like, okay, I can fight you right now, man. But he's like, okay, he takes him in and he trains him.
Yeah.
And then he becomes the Red Hood. There's also The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
That one it has one of the best fight scenes. It's a two-parter, but it's based off the Frank Miller comic series of The Dark Knight Returns. And it's got, Batman beating Superman to a standstill.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's a phenomenal one.
Really got to check these movies out. Like,
oh, I mean, Mark, you will love them if you love a good superhero story.
Yeah.
But since we're on the topic of Batman, how many of the Batman movies have you seen?
Honestly, I think this was years ago. I think I've seen probably 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably trying to think of what they were. This is going back to way when I was a kid. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what they were though.
Was it like the Tim Burton Batmans or the Schumacher Batmans?
The Tim Burton ones, I think. Yeah, that sounds right.
We had the first 2 Tim Burton Batman movies. We had the Joker in the first one. We had Catwoman and Penguin in the second. The Schumacher verse, we got Two-Face and Riddler, and then we got Poison Ivy, Bane, and Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
But then we had Keaton as Batman for 2 of them, which was the first 2. Val Kilmer in Batman Forever, which was the third. We had George Clooney as Batman in the 4th of those first movies. But then we got Christian Bale to play Batman.
Oh, wow.
In the Dark Knight trilogy.
I know that. Wow.
The Dark Knight trilogy, we got Christian Bale. And then we had, most recently, we've had Ben Affleck and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
So my question is to you: who do you think is the best Batman that we've had? I'll even go back to the 60s and 70s with Adam West.
I've seen a few clips from Adam West. He definitely was good. Trying to think, I don't know. I thought I heard George Clooney did a decent job, but that is tough to say, honestly.
Lisa, you read my mind.
Kevin
Conroy. He voiced
Conroy.
Batman in the animated series.
Yeah.
And something about the animated series people don't know. It wasn't drawn on traditional paper.
Oh, wow.
They drew everything on black paper.
That isn't. Wow, that must have taken a lot of work.
Oh yeah, because if you look at the Batman animated series from the 90s, it's a grittier, everything's black, there's depth to the shadows.
Yeah.
But everything was just drawn on black paper. Me personally, I go Kevin Conroy because he had that perfect balance between playing the deep, dark voice of Batman and then the everyday manner voice of Bruce Wayne. But if I got to pick from the movies, I've got to go. I got to go Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that is a good choice.
Now, have you ever heard of a film studio called Troma?
No, that name does not sound familiar to me.
Troma is a very small independent studio. Like, I mean, they are like independent beyond independent.
Yeah.
They have released a superhero movie. I remember I was thinking about it last night when I was getting clips, and I'm like, I have to show this to Mark to show the outrageousness of the 80s and superhero movies. Because I know you'd get a kick out of this.
Yeah.
So, Mark, I want to introduce you to Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Oh boy.
This is like one of my. He's got his own theme song.
Yeah.
His name is Sergeant Harry Griswold. He's an undercover. His job seriously.
I need to commandeer this vehicle.
I don't trust a bike riding clown, bro. As a cop.
Crime is at an all-time high.
Oh boy.
And to make matters worse, an ancient prophecy has unleashed an unbelievable evil spirit. And Griswold is caught in the middle of the crossfire. Strange things begin happening all around him, and even strange.
Okay, so far we have a New York City cop. We have an ancient prophecy, ninjas,
yeah,
and karate.
This is like already off the rails. Like, this is insane.
Oh, it gets crazier.
Begin happening to him.
A regrettable twist of fate has chosen you as a recipient of amazing supermortal powers.
He is crazy. He is confused. And he is turning Japanese.
Can't believe this. I'm eating smelly dead fish, and I'm loving it.
But raw fish is chopped liver compared to the wild adventure that is about to take over Griswold's life. He becomes Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Oh,
able to leave tall muggers with a running start.
If you do not begin to try and master your powers, there will be no champion to oppose the evil one.
Only a beautiful, tender woman, Lotus, can carefully teach Harry.
Oh, I forgot to mention, he has a baboon sidekick.
She becomes his gentle, sensitive sensei. She trains.
I don't think he knows what the word sensitive means.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to check this out. Like,
I will track it. I will track it down, and I'll get you a link to it, my friend. But
okay.
wait till you see his superpowers.
Him in the proper use of Kabuki Man's amazing arsenal of high-tech super weapons, heat-seeking chopsticks, computerized 16-byte sushi, futuristic flying footwear, bulletproof gale force fans. And pyro-projectile parasols. He is a one-man army of awesome Oriental artifacts. He is Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
This guy in the bathrobe is a real hero.
Oh, he can also fly, too. I forgot to mention.
And, of course, he's a real New York lover, too. Meanwhile, crime is still running rampant. And time is running out. The evil one is worse than any criminal Griswold has ever faced. And uglier, too. And when they get their hands on Lotus, Sergeant Kabuki Man is ready for the ultimate battle. No more monkeying around.
Yes, his sidekick and partner is a baboon that can talk. It can also drive a car really well.
This is crazy.
He is a cop, and he is a legendary superhero.
Harry!
He is America's first accidental Oriental crime-fighting hero. His name is Harry Griswold, but you can call him Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Who are you?
I'm Kabuki Man.
Oh man, that was great.
Now, Troma's put out a couple of superheroes. They put out Kabuki Man,
Yep.
but they've also put out the Toxic Avenger.
Wow, don't think I've heard of that one either.
The Toxic Avenger is about they describe him as a 90-pound weakling named Melvin, who has a tragic accident where he gets bullied and he falls into a vat of toxic waste while wearing a tutu. So he becomes the city of Tromaville first superhero born of nuclear waste. And he fights with a mop.
Oh man.
They made like 5 of those movies. A TV show, video games, toys.
I'm convinced I definitely need to check these out now. Like,
oh, yes, it is awesome. Now, we talked about this backstage, but the Punisher show and movies. How familiar? You said you weren't that familiar with all of them.
not too much, but a little bit.
Like we've had 4 Punishers at this time, but only 3 of them have been recognized by the MCU fans.
Yeah.
We have Thomas Jane, who played in the first one that was shot primarily in Florida.
Yep.
We have Winstone, who played him in Warzone, who really had that Punisher look. We have the guy who was playing him from The Walking Dead. But we had a 4th in the 80s, Dolph Lundgren.
Oh.
Dolph Lundgren played the Punisher, and it was more of a vigilante than the Punisher itself.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask, what is some of your favorite superhero movies that you can recommend to people?
Favorites. Definitely the Spider-Man series for sure, and trying to think Superman series. Just trying to think of my favorites. I don't know. It's hard to say. Basically, a lot of the Superman movies, like Superman 2 and 3, I've been watching those lately. Yeah, I'm not sure what else.
Well, do you have a favorite superhero?
My favorite, I would have to say Spider-Man. Like, I've always been a big Spider-Man guy.
Me personally, my favorite superhero has always been Swamp Thing. Are you familiar with him?
Not really, but I've heard of him. But
Swamp Thing, it's a really dark comic book, and it's about a scientist named Alec Holland who was trying to find a cure to end world hunger.
Yeah.
Well, his formula to help like plants grow and like survive any conditions. We got a good one right here from Lisa John Constantine. He actually partnered up with Swamp Thing, a part of the Dark Justice League. But he gets into an accident and he's got this chemical on him and it's burning him alive. He falls into the waters of the swamp and ends up becoming a man-plant hybrid.
Ooh, wow.
And the stories that I like is from the saga of Swamp Thing when they were written by Alan Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And he just developed this story of like him asking, what is he? Is he still a man? Is he a plant? Is he alive? Is he dead? And it was beautifully done. But we found out something, that there are 3 colors. There's the green, the red, and the black. Green being all plant life, red being animals and humans, and the black being death. But Swamp Thing was the embodiment of the green. So he has, like, he can teleport throughout any plant.
Oh, wow.
Like, he has the abilities of all these different plants. He can astral project himself into, like, different planes of existence.
Yeah.
There were a couple of movies, and then there was the recent TV show. I highly recommend if you can watch the TV show that was come out by the CW in the Arrowverse.
I will definitely check it out.
How do you feel about the Arrowverse itself? Did you watch any of like the Arrow, the Flash TV shows?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
What did you think about those? I would love to get your opinion on that.
I thought they were pretty good. I enjoyed them. They told great stories, I thought. And it was just always great entertainment and great entertainment value, in my opinion.
Same here. And welcome, Ironton Auditor. It's good to see you, my friend.
Hey, Ironton Auditor. Good to see you.
I love watching his nighttime streams. He just goes around Ironton, and it's always fun because he just has such a relaxing, chill stream.
Yeah.
Now I'd like to open up with some questions from the viewers out there.
Okay.
If you guys would like, I'm going to post the link, and I'll bring you up one at a time, and you can ask me and Mark a question about, superhero movies, or what are our thoughts on some stuff with regards to being about superhero movies or the stuff we've shown. Or you can ask your question here in chat. We're not picky. We want to help spread some knowledge or get your opinions on stuff. So
absolutely.
So while we're doing that, waiting for our first person to ask us a question, did you see The Joker by any chance?
No, I haven't had a chance to watch that yet.
Oh, we got a question from Ironton Auditor. What did we think about the new Black Adam? Honestly, I didn't like it. I've got nothing against The Rock as an actor, but
The Rock. Yep, that was the one.
I just didn't like
that
it.
One.
I felt like it was too forced.
Yeah, The Rock tries too hard, I think, in some of his roles. Like, he needs to make it more believable.
For me, it was the fact that he had to make Black Adam more powerful than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And, Black Adam's supposed to be the arch nemesis to Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever you want to call him. So they have the exact same powers, but he's like, no, I've got to be stronger than him. I've got to be stronger than Superman. I just didn't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Now, I liked the Joker. I liked it, for what it was. It was a real gritty. It was a good psychological movie, good thriller. But I really want to consider it a superhero movie.
Yeah, like it sounds good.
It's a really good movie.
I just need to find more time to start watching a lot of these because been missing out on a lot. Like,
I know, and like I've recently been on a kick of watching the older black and white Universal movies.
yeah.
Like what am like I love the older movies. They usually had a better story, but when it comes to the superhero movies, the older stuff was a little too campy. I mean, I did like the Adam West Batman series. It was funny.
Yep.
But some of the villains we got. We had Vincent Price as, the Eggman.
Yeah.
I got a question from Michelle. How do you feel the ending reboot went after half the world was eliminated by Thanos? Oh, you know what? A hot take for me, but Thanos might have been right. I'm just saying, if we would have got rid of half the soft-sits and half the frauditors, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
But jokes aside, I honestly think I liked how Thanos did it. I mean, he said it best. He saw the same problem happening on all these different worlds that happened on his.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you seen the Avengers movies, the Infinity War and Endgame?
I've seen Endgame, yeah.
I kind of didn't like the fact they did the whole time travel thing.
Nah, like, I thought it was kind of dumb and just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, I did like WandaVision. That was actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm a bit of a horror nut. And I like the stuff they did with Werewolf by Night. They kept it in the black and white. They kept it true to the character.
Yeah, those were definitely good scenes.
Have you seen Loki? Because everyone's been telling me, I've got to watch Loki.
No, I haven't seen it.
Like Tom Hiddleston, he's a really great actor. I liked him as Loki, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch the series yet. And season 2's coming out. I didn't like She-Hulk though. I didn't like that. It's like it was.
I wasn't a fan of it either.
I mean, I liked what they were going for, but it just didn't fit right with what they were trying to set up.
It just felt off to me, like wasn't natural, or I don't know, just didn't feel right.
Honestly, I felt like they were trying to. Hold on, we got Captain Marvel introduced in a way that made it work. Yeah, I can see how they introduced her in a way that made it work, but I didn't like Captain Marvel as a movie. I could not watch that movie. I tried like 3 different times. I just couldn't watch it. It was just like, it took me out of it.
Yeah.
But back to the whole thing with She-Hulk. I don't got nothing against, a female Hulk, but I just felt like they were going for too many jokes.
Yeah, it felt the same to me, kind of just like it felt like they were trying too hard, really, to try and make it work. It just never really felt natural to me. Like it just felt off.
Yeah, and for me, it was like, okay, you're going for joke after joke after joke.
Yep.
You know, are you supposed? Are you trying to be a comedy? Are you trying to be, a crime drama with a superhero?
Yeah.
There was so much they could have done, but they
kind of like they didn't know what direction they were going in, basically.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about the video games, the superhero video games?
I'm a fan of them. I played a couple of them, not many, but I played a few of them.
You were telling me that you played the new Spider-Man video games.
Yeah, the Spider-Man 2018 and the sequel to that, Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
And I already pre-ordered the new one that's coming out in October, which I'm looking forward to.
Now, how do you feel about some of the portrayals of Spider-Man that we've had? We had Andrew Garfield, we've had Tobey Maguire, we've had Tom Holland, we've got I can't remember who voiced him in Miles in the Spider-Verse movies. The name is slipping.
I know who you're talking. I cannot remember his name either, but I know who you're talking about.
Sharik Moore.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's who voiced him.
Yep.
Honestly, I kind of like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man more than I did anybody else's.
I agree with Tobey Maguire. I think he was perfect in that role. Like, he made it believable. Like, he made it look like he was just the average person and made it just completely believable that he became Spider-Man, basically.
And I liked how he was able to make his own webs. He had that organic web shooting ability. But I did like how Garfield's Spider-Man made his webs. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could have seen more of that with Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I didn't like how they introduced him in Avengers 2.
I was kind of mixed on that, but I don't know. Like, I thought it was all right, but not the greatest.
I mean, I really couldn't. It was like way too forced for me. It's like, okay, you've got Cap's team.
Yep.
Cap's team's got they got their own, secret weapon, which is Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Tony's team with, Spider-Man, but
yeah,
it just it didn't feel how they should have introduced him.
They definitely could have done a lot better.
If you had to cast for this next Spider-Man movie, you could pick any actor to play him.
Ooh.
Who are you going for?
That is a good question. Who would be the perfect Spider-Man? I mean, I gotta say, I was a fan of the original Tobey Maguire. I mean, in my opinion, that will always be Spider-Man to me. But if I had to pick, it's just so hard to say. Like,
I know that's a tough question.
Yeah,
but Me, all cards on the table, I would have to say I would pick either Tobey Maguire or a young Heath Ledger.
That is a good I wasn't even thinking that. That is a Keith. That is a good option right there. Boy, just so many options. Like
I know this would be like a really crazy thing to see, but I would love to see Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez as both Green Goblin and Hobgoblin.
I would pay $1,000 to see Charlie Sheen as a Green Goblin.
Give me the Tiger Blood Charlie Sheen as Green Goblin, and I would believe it.
Oh my god! You know, the funny thing is, I believe he probably could do that and pull it off. Really,
oh yeah.
If he really tried, maybe
here's something that blows my mind, and it's so phenomenal to me because I love the Joker, I love the Batman animated series, but they had Mark Hamill voice the Joker, and he was great on there, but they had Tim Curry audition for the role.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we can't hire you because you're too scary. You won't sell toys to the kids. And somebody took a scene from there and they added the audio from it.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like, okay, I see it now. I see why they said no to him. But I know you play video games, and coming out actually in the next couple of weeks, we have the Arkham series coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
Have you played those games?
Personally, I've seen gameplay, but I haven't actually played them. It's on my to-buy list. I definitely want to play the Arkham series.
Oh, I've played the first two, Arkham City and Arkham Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays out like a movie perfectly.
Oh, wow.
Like if you play it and you watch the cinematics, you don't skip them, it feels like you're in a movie.
I definitely have to check it out then, because I love those type of games. It's just, I don't know, those type of games to me just feel great and genuine and realistic to their original material.
And that's why I liked them. They not only were they fun and action packed, but they were just so well story driven.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, there's tons of replay value.
Yeah.
And Michelle has asked us another question. If you have seen it, which is better, Judge Dredd or Dredd? Have you seen those movies?
Honestly, I have not seen them.
Judge Dredd and Dredd's a remake of Judge Dredd. It's based off a British comic book about a dystopian apocalyptic universe timeline where they have created mega cities.
Yeah.
And there's no real court system. There's the judges. The judges are law. They are the cops. They are the judge, and they are the executioners. And they deliver out sentences. The first one we had was with Stallone.
Mm-hmm.
And, let me try to find a clip. I think I can find a clip of it. Okay, here's a great one. Judge Dredd is all about law and order. Yes, that's his catchphrase, Michelle.
I am the law.
But they have these badass guns that can do anything. They can shoot flares. They can shoot exploding rounds. Okay, let me get this full screen here.
Judge Hershey, corner of Burns and Allen, level D. Possible DUI, may need assistance.
I would love to see Judge Dredd deal with a sovereign citizen. That's all I'm saying.
Just based off your description, I was thinking the same thing. Like,
Did you hear me? Unicar.
Mr. Souza, you have a suspended license. You got
He's not driving. He's traveling, officer. I mean, judge.
I suggest
Yeah.
walk away and bother somebody else. When I said I have powerful friends,
he does
I
not
mean,
consent to this stop.
Exactly. Wait for it, because it's going to get even better. This is what we need to do to every sovereign citizen.
Problem here, Hershey?
Not at all, Dread. Nothing I can't handle. Suspended license, 3 DUIs.
This is getting boring. Hey, okay, so what's the tab? Come on. How much is this going to cost me? You name your price.
Hershey, call control for an H-way.
What? I don't believe it. You're gonna tow me?
Oh, no.
This is for a first offense. This is your fourth violation, Barbara. You are minutes. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
I knew you'd say that.
Hey, wait a second. What are you doing?
Grenade.
Oh, man.
Happy motoring.
That is perfect.
Subtle.
Judge Joseph Dredd.
Oh, we need to do that to more sovereign citizens.
Oh, definitely. Like, perfect way to handle them.
Okay, now here is Dredd, and Dredd was a much more grittier, more realistic portrayal.
Yep.
If you could call this being a realistic movie, but it's a really good movie. Judge Dredd even fought the Predator.
Wow.
This is Judge Dredd.
Let him talk.
In case you people have forgotten, this block operates under the same rules as the rest of the city. Mama is not the law. I am the law. Mama is a common criminal. Guilty of murder. Guilty of the manufacture and distribution of the narcotic known as slow-mo. And as of now, under sentence of death. Any who obstruct me in carrying out my duty will be treated as an accessory to her crimes. You have been warned. And as for you, Mama, judgment time.
So what do you think so far?
I think this looks like a definitely interesting movie, and I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. Like, boy,
Jeff, it's more realistic to the character, I should say. And yes, that is Jim Caviezel, Lisa.
I got him. He's only 10 levels below us, South Quad Balcony, Terminal 5.
Okay, now the gun is called the Lawgiver, but it's very unique. You cannot touch it unless you are a judge, and it's assigned to your fingerprints.
oh wow.
Because if you touch it, it blows up.
Fucker still hasn't gone down.
Okay, it's Keith Irving. My bad.
Incendiary.
Okay, let's give the cops those kinds of guns. And we got taken down. Again. Well, screw it. I'll let it finish me and you can watch this part.
That is insane.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Judge Dredd movies are...
So many of these I haven't heard about tonight. I'm definitely going to have to make a list and just start watching them one by one.
I mean, if you want some really good superhero movies, man, DM me.
Okay.
And I will hook you up with some good ones. But like I can always recommend the DC animated stuff. You'll love them.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
But we'll wrap it up after we get back on, so we can, I want you to plug your channel so you can get it out there and anything you got coming up. But yeah, I mean, the Judge Dredd, and Judge Dredd's more campy.
Yeah.
It's got like I said, it's got Stallone. It's got what's his name? Rob Schneider.
Yep.
Dredd is dark. Like, it's really dark. The trauma movies I was telling you about, those you cannot watch with small children in the room.
I definitely not.
Oh no, because trauma is known for showing a lot of the female anatomy, if you would.
Yeah.
So yeah, small children not welcomed on those ones.
Yeah. Nope.
Well, we're back, and before they take us off the air one more time, we're gonna wind it down. Mark, feel free to plug your channel. Let me drop a link for it.
So yeah, my channel is Marc Baggett. That's just my name. I cover mostly sovereign citizens. Try and upload a couple of times a week, and on every Monday around 10 a.m. I do a live stream, just hanging out with the community, watching the latest sovereign citizen and body cam videos. And yeah, hopefully you join me. And just want to thank you, NCR, for having me on tonight. It's been a great time. I've had fun.
I've had a great time myself, sir. And again, I always want to share with the community and our fans and our viewers, there's more to just the world than sovereign citizens. And if we can share our loves of different movies or games or books, it's a good thing.
Yeah. It's always good to take a break from all that nonsense for a little while. And I think it's a good break for the mind, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. And again, I recommend you guys go to Mark's Monday live streams. He has the best body cam footage, the best sovereign citizens in court.
Yeah, we try.
And you're close to 10,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken.
We're getting close. Yeah, we're about, last I checked, we were at 9,800. So we're starting to get pretty close. So
let's try to get you there. Let's get you to that 10,000 by the end of the year, because you deserve it. Honestly, you do.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. Like, when I started my channel, I never thought it would take off the way it did, but like the growth and the support has just been absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah. And you deserve it. I mean, you're you put out great content. You're a fun guy. You're very energetic. You're very, you communicate with the viewers on all of your streams.
Yeah,
you make everybody feel welcome, and that's what I loved about coming to your streams.
Yeah, and I try to make that a point. I try to say hi to everyone as much as possible and try and make everyone feel included.
Michelle is right. You are one of the nicest guys out there.
Thank
You're
you,
the nicest guy ever. Well, I want to put your channel link out there one more time. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Marc Baggett's channel. Again, tomorrow he will have his Monday live stream of Sovereign Citizens. Hopefully,
starting around 10 a.m. Eastern.
Hopefully, we'll see some window smashing. Because who doesn't love a good window smashing?
Hopefully, I'll try and find something.
Well, on that note, everybody, I want to thank Marc again and everybody for coming out. Everybody, please have a great rest of your Sunday. Be well, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Take care. Bye. And we are... Hasn't ended yet?